Well, welcome to this another episode of Unscripted 256, and I'm Dark Speaker, still chilling with my friend here, Mr. Tumanyani, and would love to look at something that is very huge, that is big. I don't know whether in our industry there's a criteria for someone to join, because we've seen earlier on we talked about success in the industry. So has this very success contributed to the growth of our industry?
100% yes.
Because now, when I'm looking at this issue, I look at a made actor who has learnt a few things
Yes.
in a certain production house, and now he sets up his own independent production house and executes certain things. I would say they start poorly. Maybe those who are serious, they end up. So, what's your take on that?
A white man says that experience is the best teacher. How would an actor aspiring to be a producer if he or she stayed working under a certain producer who will never give him a chance to be a producer?
So is that the reason why someone would leave, because they have not been given a chance?
Probably yes.
Okay. Maybe.
So when this man moves out, however much what he's going to do in the first place is not going to be an amazing thing, but it is really something that has added uh, experience on him. Today, his production might be the worst, but tomorrow it might be something that one can give an eye. And so, time will elapse, and in a few months, a few years, this man or this girl is going to be one of the biggest or one of the most experienced producers we have in the country, however much they shall have learned the hard way. So I assume it is right for whatever is happening today in our industry.
Now, we've talked about those independent filmmakers. How do they manage to sustain themselves in the industry? Because it's a competitive
Ugandans?
one. Yes, Ugandans. Like they wake up and they're like, no, I'm starting my own thing. So how do they manage to thrive through all the challenges they've meet along?
Wow.
Because now you waking up in a single day, I've been under someone, and you're like, no, this time I'm the one on top. How are they really surviving in this industry?
You see, Uganda, we don't have, we are all independent filmmakers. All of us almost.
Yes.
I should say we are all independent filmmakers. And everyone has to survive, whether the best way or the bad way. So these freelancers, I remember one of the days in the last episodes when you were asking me a question, one of the questions, I gave you an answer telling you that we have filmmakers who are not coming from the film schools. We have filmmakers who are driven by passion, having different professions. You get the point? I gave you an example that some of the filmmakers go out, make their monies. After making their monies from their professions, they come and invest this money into filmmaking. So, I being a freelancer in filmmaking, I probably might be an agriculturist, or I might be a cattle keeper. I have my cows in Churhura, and then probably every season I'm selling some of them, and after getting some small money, I come and invest in my films. So that is one way freelancers are surviving. Putting that aside, filmmakers have also adopted to doing documentary filmmaking, which is one of paying sections of the industry, in that when you get an organization, in just a day you will grab a gig and you're paid about 2.5 millions, and maybe it's just taking pictures and filming them. and you have money to go and feed your home, you have money to pay the landlord, so you are surviving. You get the point. Some are doing wedding parties, some are doing photography, but when it comes for a project, you see our projects are also like one-time wonders. One project comes in a year. You get the point. An opportunity comes just like a blessing. So you will find that if I'm a freelancer and I happen to land on one, after doing it, what do? I'll start going into documentary filmmaking. I'll go into photography. I'll go into videography, and through that, I'll survive. I will be able to pay my landlords. I'll be able to do other stuff, and then that is for us, a few of us who are multi-talented or are multi-skilled to doing certain things with the camera. But those who
Okay.
are not, you will find maybe they have other
Now,
business.
okay, now I think this comes to the end of our episode. I'm still Doug Speaker at Unscripted 256 with my friend Mr. Manyane.